Okay, this is going to be new books in philosophy for January 2014. So I don't have these in order, but here's a couple. Here's two in a set. So I've got a few of these already. This is Kant selections, and this is Aristotle selections. I've also got, I think, Descartes, Hegel, Hume, Spinoza, Leibniz, and I think that's it. I don't have Plato. Aristotle is surprisingly thin compared to Kant, but oh well. I would think there'd be more Aristotle, but so that once I get those all together in my new shelf at my new place, that'll look nice. Here's a book by Adler, 6 Great Ideas. He actually composed what he thought were all the great ideas. I think there was 101, something like that. 111 or something like that. But anyways, he wrote a book on the 6 great ideas, so he thought. So there they are there. And he talks about each of them and source material that discusses each of them. So these are the fundamental ideas that mankind has been wrestling with for a long time. Conceptions of each of these ideas. Different eras of time will think that truth is either absolute or relative, or goodness is either comes from God or doesn't come from God or is meaningless. Same with justice, how we define justice, how we at odds. Here's an education book on educational philosophies. This is called Wheels in the Head by Joel Spring. It's actually a pretty good book. I had it from the library, and I liked it so much I ordered a copy for myself. And it's a tour of educational philosophies, all the way from Socrates to what's his name, Paulo Freire. And he does it by topics. So he'll talk about human rights or the democratic state or whatever. Liberalism, politics of gender. So he goes into early feminist stuff. It's actually very interesting. And politics and free schools. And there's A.S. Neal there. And debates about free schools and no schools. So we've got Ivan Illich, of course. So it's a very good tour of educational philosophies and educational issues and different positions on it. So very good. I recommend it for sure. And here's a big tome, Bertram Russell's History of Western Philosophy. Pretty beat up, but it's okay. The contents are okay, just the cover's beat up. And I saw this at a random bookstore, so I thought I might as well have a copy. Although I have heard people say that this is not really. I've heard historians complain that it's not really a history. It's more like Bertram Russell's random comments on past Western philosophy and philosophers. So, but that's okay. Bertram Russell was kind of the beginning of the analytical movement and logical positivism. So we'll have to see what he says about the other eras of time. And I think probably the most important thing is to see how he frames it all and how he understands the movement of Western philosophy. How did it begin with its origins and how it's come to be where it is today. And there might be stuff in there about the future. I'm not sure if he projects what he thinks the future will look like. He says to the present day, so I don't know if he... Let me just see if he comments. No, he goes into John Dewey, and then I think that's it. John Dewey, Philosophy of Logical Analysis, that's it. So he doesn't comment on... So this is him here, of course. You could conceive this as John Dewey was just before him. Logical analysis, philosophy of logical analysis, that's Bertram Russell there. So he's at the very end, and he's giving himself 8 pages to talk about him.